Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Tanya Love Show. I'm glad you could take some time and join us today. I usually don't go on the live chat because it's a little distracting. I'm a very focus on one thing at a time girl. So the multitasking thing kind of disrupts me. But I put some stuff on there, and I'm encouraging you guys to go ahead and put your name in for the live chat and join us today. And any of you that feel brave and courageous and you want to connect with us on our topic today of divination, the art of divination, you can call in to 919-518-9773, or on Skype it's Computers 2K Voice. So take a minute to go in there and just type in your name or nickname or whatever, your superhero name, and join us on the live chat. And one of the things I wrote in there is Amnon and I are being a little more courageous to ask for help. And so I typed on there so that you guys have all the information for any of you that feel like this show supports you, it inspires you, it helps you in some way. We're asking you guys to just send us a heartfelt love offering that we can use for what we're doing. And I put my information on there. And if you send it, just make sure that you mark that it's for the Tanya Love Show so that I know what it's coming for. And even as little as $5, if you guys just send a $5, it's like one Starbucks coffee, and you just contribute it to the show. It can help us a lot with what we're doing, because, this is what I do with my life. This is 100% how I manifest my abundance, is working for spirit. And Amnon has these shows that he runs, and it would be awesome if we could generate some abundance from all of you, from your love and support and your gratitude for what we're offering you. So we're just going to open up the door and ask for that support and let you guys answer that call. So like I said, as little as $5 to as high as you want to go. I've been thinking creatively that any of you that want to do more generous offering, I have gifts that I could send for special love offerings. So I will be in touch with you. If it's over like $100 love offering, I will definitely contact you. And I have meditation CDs, and I have books by an author that's local, and I'm working on my own. So someday soon I will have a book of my own to give. And then I also have some of my artwork. So we'll just work on how we can have this love exchange happening. But I just want to welcome all of you to the show, and thank you for taking time today to join us live. We really appreciate it. And I hope you guys are all staying cool, because it was like 100 degrees here yesterday, and it was freaking hot. So I hope you guys are all chilling out and you have AC wherever you're watching from. Today, the show topic that I'm going to focus on is the art of divination. And that is basically how we read the signs of the universe. And there's many forms of divination, from doing oracle cards, like angel reading cards, to using a pendulum, to using dowsing rods, free writing, and meditation. So I'm just going to kind of get into that topic. But before I start, I wanted to talk to you all about, I had this kind of miraculous experience. I always think everything amazing is miraculous, but last weekend I wasn't on the show, and it was because my husband and I had our own art show that we were at the English Estates Winery, and they have this art show every year, and they have all these different vendors come out. And so we were there, and we had our clocks for sale, and I was also offering angel readings the whole time. Well, the first day, I literally was doing angel readings from when we opened until when we closed. And I only had one moment at the end to run and go use the restroom. And I was literally in angel readings the whole day. And it was awesome. But the second day was a little more balanced, and I appreciated that. I was doing angel readings, and then I'd have time to hang out with my husband and my daughter and my dog. And then I would have another angel reading. But it was kind of cool because my husband sold a couple clocks the first day, and I just had angel readings, which was amazing, and I know that's what I'm there for. But I was like, angels, it'd be really cool if I sold a clock or two, because we invested a lot in this, and it would just be nice to sell some clocks. And so the last day, towards the end of the day, I was going to use the restroom, and there was this woman in the inside booth, and she was working for a charity called World Vision. And she had all these like pictures of kids from different countries up, and she had these necklaces, which I ended up buying one. It was like $10 for this necklace, and all the money, the proceeds went to helping children that were affected by the earthquake in Tibet. And so I was just chatting with her, and I just felt an overwhelming heart response to support a child from this situation. And I didn't expect that when I went to the bathroom, but I walked over there and I'm looking at the cards, and she handed me this one of this little boy, and I just kept looking through all the different ones, but I kept coming back to him. And so after it was all said and done and some tears were shed just with the stories she shared with me, I ended up sponsoring this child. And basically you just send money every month to help a child. And in this case, this child, his name's Bakir, and he's the little boy in Sierra Leone. And he's got a single mom, his mom and his brother and sister and himself. She's taking care of them all by herself as a farmer. And so the money that I send, the money I send every month actually is tripled by different corporations. And so I thought that was pretty awesome. And I really questioned her a lot about, does the money really go to these children? Because there's so many charities in our own country that I just really don't think highly of, because they take a lot of that money and just it goes to supporting people that are very entitled to have trips and things. And so I was like, I want to make sure this money is going to these children. So anyway, I ended up deciding to sponsor this child, and I was going to show you his picture, this Bakir. And the charity is called World Vision. And one of the things I'm thinking of doing, which I'm going to create a Facebook page for him, is to see if we could raise money together. And this is just me putting it out there for anybody that wants or feels led from the heart to help with this, and to raise money to help get a well in their community. So some of the money goes just to helping them. Like, she showed me $35, what it brought a family in it. She had a picture of this girl, and there was like this huge bag of grain and stacks of soap, and there was like a big bag of sugar and some, I think she got a dress, but all that stuff was purchased with $35. And I was like, what? And so it was kind of cool to see how, it puts it in perspective, because I live in a very nice house. I live in a country where I have freedom, and I have this show, and I am a healer, and I just have a very blessed life. And I just think of how many people that I see just depressed and complaining and negative and always worrying about if they're getting enough and getting their share. And I was just very touched by the fact that I was in a position I could help a child that literally is just counting on grain for their farm or fresh, clear water in their community. And so I just thought I'd put that out there. And if you guys want to look into World Vision, go for it. And like I said, I'll be starting a Facebook page. And if you guys want to be involved in that in any way, or you want to make a donation to that in particular towards getting money for the community for a well, let me know, and I will make sure that that money goes to that cause. But the cool thing is, and it was kind of fun, is that I had just quit my job at a gym, and we're going to kind of talk about how divination plays into the story. It'll all connect. So I had been I love my students, and this is one of the things that gets me in positions where I sometimes overstay my welcome, is that I love the students, but sometimes the universe starts giving me signs, like if the management's misaligned and they're not showing respect or honor, like it starts to really feel uncomfortable to me. And I started to notice more and more of this stuff, like just getting like in my face. And so a situation had happened where some stuff went down with my coordinator, and I just stood my ground and I spoke truth to her. And it was interesting because I had this situation where I was so in pain last week from when I was teaching this fight camp that I came home and I couldn't even put weight on my right knee. It hurt so bad. And so I went and laid down, and I had been in the heat and sun, and that's not good for Tanya Love. I have learned I can't handle being in that extreme weather. And so I went and laid down, and just like I would tell a healing client, I'll talk to my clients and I'll tune in and say, okay, what's going on? There's an energy blockage here. Are you not stepping into your power in some way? You need to move in new directions. So I'm laying there, and this is all coming to my awareness of, okay, there's a pinch in your hose, Tanya, in your right knee. Why are you staying here? Why are you stuck? It's time for you to move in new directions. It's time for you to take a stand. And so as soon as I got that, I was like, all right, angels, if that's what you're guiding me to do, and if this is something I'm meant to leave, if I'm meant to stop teaching this, at first I asked if it was meant to stop teaching a certain class. Then I asked that when I wake up, my knee will be completely healed and feel totally better. And then I just fell asleep, went to bed for the night. So the next morning when I woke up, I got up and I was just doing my stuff without even thinking about it. And about lunchtime, I was like, oh my God, my knee is totally fine. And I thought about the night before what I had said. And so I was like, wow, okay, apparently it is time to let that go. So then I am very detailed with my angels, and I talk to them just like I talk to you guys. It's not anything fancy. I'm just kind of like, all right, guys, so if this is what you're saying, now bring me greater clarity and understanding. Are you asking me just to let go of my cycling class, or are you encouraging me to let go of this job at this gym? Like, are you wanting me to totally pull my anchor, or is it just to drop this class? So bring me a sign I cannot miss is what I asked specifically. So that weekend I'm at the art show, and on Sunday morning when we were on our way to the art show, I get a text from my coordinator, and it was very hateful, manipulative, bullying text, basically telling me to submit my power to her. And literally the words that were used were, you owe me this from obligation. And I just read that text and I was like, oh, no, no, no. And in a moment, I understood the universe was bringing me my answer. So I wrote her back and I was like, we need to talk. I have messages to share and I'm giving you my 2 weeks notice. And boom, I made the decision. Well, this day I'm at this art show, and this is just hours later that I'm going to sponsor this child. And this makes no logical sense. Like, I just dropped my job. I have no anchor down. I have no secure, for sure, anything coming. But in my heart, I knew, like, I can do this, and this is something I'm meant to do. And so this is what we're going to talk about today, is like, how do we get ourselves to live in such an inspired way that we really honor the heart's calling, and we don't ignore it because of fear, because of a sense of security, or a sense of that we just lost security from a logical place that really isn't any more true than it ever has been. I mean, the fears we have are all illusion. And so what was cool is, like, I had gone over and I listened to my heart and I answered the call and I supported and sponsored this child, and I felt so good about it. There was no obligation, guilt at all. It was like complete, I can help that family in an amazing way. And then I knew I could also speak publicly, and I told her I would, to bring more attention to what they're doing, and maybe a lot of you feel inspired, and this will ripple effect and we'll pay it forward. But what was cool is when I came back, the day before, I'd asked to sell at least a clock. And so I just signed up this child, and I walked back to my booth, and right then 2 women come into my booth. And right away, one woman just loves one of my clocks, and she's going on about it. And she's like, I'm going to buy this. And I was like, really? I'm so excited. And so I gave her a big hug, and I was like, thank you. I'm so grateful that you want to buy one of my clocks. And so that was pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, I sold a clock. And then the other woman, she starts checking out a clock, and she's like, I think I'm going to buy this clock. And she's kind of trying to talk herself out of it. And then her friends are like, no, you really should buy it. And so long story short, she wanted me to tweak it a little bit and change the hands, and I did. And so she bought a clock. So I came back, we're breaking down our booth. It's like 5 minutes to closing, and I sold 2 clocks. And I just smiled and felt so much gratitude that I knew the universe, my angels, were totally shining down on me. And they were just like, good job, Tanya. And I can just feel it. And so I want to talk about that with all of you, because I observe how many people that struggle, that aren't as happy as they could be. It's because of fear. And I know that if we can start getting to this place where we honor our connection with Source, and we honor the fact that we are so loved and supported, that why would we be left stranded? If we can stop believing in that fairy tale that we've been taught by fearful humans, we will start to really use our energy in a much more powerful way. And we'll start answering the call as they come with yeses, and we'll say no to the obligation, hateful people. And I just feel like it was such a powerful shift in my life where I was just like, done, not going to tolerate that anymore. It is obviously time for me to move on, but I didn't need to